What happened? Where did all the men go? Men! No boys! Not the boys! I'm looking for the men! Men!
Meow! Let me start this show off right by saying, here, kitty, kitty. I don't like cats, but here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Your husband was saying that even in media, you look at the commercials out there these days, that the men are typically...
Hey! Pena! Got it!
Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Intrigue Dynamite Show. You should hit that subscribe button, like, and share. Go online and go to your nearest dating website. Just, if you're a lady, just click on a woman's profile and just peruse it, and you will find that there's all sorts of questions. Where are the men? Where are the men? And there'll even be some assertions as to what a real man is. A real man does this. A real man does that. But I want you to take notice of how many different definitions there are for a man. Seems like every woman has their own definition and their own ideal as to what a man is. Not all of them agree. So when you ask, where are the men? On one hand, you'll have some women that search for masculine traits. And what you consider masculine, someone else will consider toxic. And what you consider to be the correct course of action, such as passiveness or just non-aggressiveness, another woman will consider that weak. Take Terry Crews, for example.
Although Terry Crews has a wife, although he's not considering himself to be a member of the LGBTQ, I label him as bussy. Why? Because Terry Crews, with all of that waste of muscle, he had a white Hollywood male that worked for him. While Terry Crews was at an event with his wife in tow, this white man who worked for Terry Crews grabbed his package. He grabbed
these nuts.
and Terry Crews, with all of the muscle that God gave him, I said Terry Crews, with all of the built-in muscle and machinery that God gave him, failed to use and activate those muscles against a white male who what? Sexually assaulted him with his woman in tow. The man left with his teeth still in his mouth. Terry Crews just pushed him and brushed him a little bit. Terry Crews does TV shows and movies wearing a pink tutu with all that big, powerful muscle all over the place. What a waste of muscle. The muscle was for that reason. I consider Terry Crews to be a bussy. Prime bussy. Terry Crews's bussy density is high.
What happened? Men!
This phenomenon has not only been found displeasing to women, but also men of a certain generation have looked at current generations and said, what happened?
They say your girlfriend's got a big fucking fat ass, asshole. What do? 95% of you said nothing. The second question, what if somebody spit on your wife or girlfriend? 75% of you said nothing. What the fuck? Nothing. I mean, what happened to your fucking nuts? I got a cousin, God love him. He went to jail for stabbing somebody 17 times for calling his girlfriend in 1961 a lard ass. By the grace of God, the guy didn't die. Was it a smart thing to do? No.
Meow!
I can assure you that it's not only men of a certain generation or women that have been upset. Now we ask, where did this come from? There were some influences by culture and social media. You know, there's this culture of well, individuality, we have to let people be free. Express yourself. There's no one definition. You can't bring everyone under this ideology and this identity, blah, blah, blah. When there's a culture where men are hamstrung, the types of men that you say that you want, when they're hamstrung and almost ashamed in public, they are trying to, there's this shaming culture of, no, you're too strong, let them be what they want to be. Well, then we get a culture of young men that do this.
Hey! Beta!
But the question, though, still remains. Why are men out of high school not going to university? They're saying that is happening. Why is that?
My theory is too much Xbox, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, we have way too many man boys today.
Man boys and too much Xbox.
We've talked about that on Full Circle before, too. The man boy syndrome, where they just don't leave home and they don't really have much motivation.
Video games.
But are they really not motivated? I mean, are parents not motivating men? Do we need to encourage our young men to go into further education?
You said it this morning.
We're having a meltdown.
And our pen bill is
they
going.
Play Xbox.
But no, you said that Peter, your husband, was saying that even in media, you look at the commercials out there these days, that the men are typically either, that's a good word for it. That's the way they're
bumbling
portrayed.
Fools, jokers, not educated. And I think, maybe we need to help to redeem men and say, okay, men, stand up, be men.
Do you really want that kind of man? Do you really?
Quite a lot of men, and also young men, are struggling to deal with the fact that women now are more in control of their lives than earlier.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that the idea that the West is a patriarchal tyranny is rapidly translated into the idea that young men who strive forward are to be regarded with suspicion because they're doing nothing but manifesting the same sort of tyrannical power that has kept women oppressed for the last 2,000 years. And I think that entire narrative is appalling, right to the core. So, and I don't see that it's helpful to anyone, because making young men weak or failing to encourage them to be strong, that's a better way of putting it, certainly does the young men no good, and it doesn't do the young women any good at all if they want to find a partner.
What's a snowflake? A snowflake is a kid, a guy or a gal, mostly guys that melt under pressure. In 1986, the average man's handshake pressure was 118 pounds, 30-year-old man. 2016, 96 pounds. A woman, 1986, was 105 pounds. Today, 110 pounds. Testosterone levels in sperm counts tested 50 years ago, and today they're producing 60 to 70% the amount of testosterone levels in sperm counts as they did. We're dying out.